Hey, what's up, y'all? If you're tuned in, you turned into another episode of that Unbagging. And, it's not Unbagging, it's more of that. So, yeah. But if you haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, and you hit that little bell so you be notified every time I drop something new. I've been dropping these spoken words. They're kind of better than doing the actual food type of thing, I think. Just because of the fact that it's kind of keeping me away from, eating so much and being unhealthy and doing this and that. I mean, don't get me wrong, your boy likes to eat though, but it's probably better for the time being for me to do what I gotta do. But picking up on what I did last time, I was kind of like, I was kind of quick about everything, and I know I'm not that great at name dropping, and it makes it kind of harder when you're on the spot and you're kind of doing things to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take these videos and I started from the hip hop, I moved on to the punk rock hardcore type of stuff, but what I want to do now is I'm gonna break them down in sections. So welcome to this hardcore section of the spoken word by Mr. Javi G, the Javi G Show. And if you like content like this and stuff that I do, make sure you like, subscribe, and you hit that little bell so you'll be notified every time I drop something new. So we're outside. Okay. So I start this content, and I started in a band. As you noticed last time I said I was in a band. And I was kind of, I said my brother had got me into the rants, the transplants, stuff like that. But what I didn't say was there's a slew of other bands that I've gotten into over the years. Like I said, Agnostic Front, Madball, Crown of Thorns, all that New York hardcore NYHC stuff is pretty cool. And I got to thank a couple people for that. I got to thank my boy Germball. My boy Aaron. People down in Pueblo know him as Joker. He's like an old school punk rock head, and when I first started at the shop, we started jamming out to these tunes, and when I started at the shop, and everybody knew me at this Eights and Aces, and the year was, I want to say 2001, 2002. You couldn't go in there without it playing some sort of hip hop, some sort of hardcore music or whatever. I'm not even like 2001 was the first year I've ever bought my first Rancid album, and that was Rancid 5, one of my favorite albums ever. And I had my brother ask me, he's like, damn dude, you like Rancid that much that you just had to go buy that album? I was like, it just it felt great, it felt good to hit me. And then it's true what they say, it was when the music hits, you feel no pain at all. That's a little bit of Bob Marley, Rancid radio put together, but stuff like that. So, that was then, and thanks to Germball, like I said, Germball, Monkey, fucking, excuse my language, Jim Taylor, just everybody, man, that was totally into all that stuff. Rocky Sandoval, and even before me, there was mad kids that were doing it, and shout out to the Velez brothers, Pete, Adam. They were all like sharp skinheads against racial prejudice. See, but like I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know anything, but because it was before my time. I ran into skinheads in prison that I knew, that I met, that hung out with other people, and it's none of my business. I don't know, but there was a big skinhead following him in Pueblo. And what's worse is, that's the town I grew up in, Pueblo. So the skinhead situation was like, one of the main leaders was like a Mexican dude. And one of the other dudes was a black dude. I'm not speaking on them, whatever. It's what they do. It's what they did, what they grew up on, what they listened to, and, that style of beliefs that were put inside their head as they were growing up. So, mind you, later on, a couple years down the line, it was all about unity. Like, as soon as I came around, rest in peace to my boy Mike Pettiford, my boy Ratty Sanchez also, big influence. He always told me, bro, you have that stage presence, get up there, you handle your business, you know what I mean? Between him and Mike were two of the fucking two of my biggest homies, you know what I mean? Like in that hardcore scene, you know? So it was like, you know, growing up around those people, like, I guess I really didn't grow up yet because I was still a kid. And okay, well, I just did prison time, so I didn't get a time to be a kid, you know what I mean? I guess I kind of did, but I didn't. So I use that excuse. Mind you, I get out. You know, everybody's kind of cool. Everything's cool. The scene's strong. You know, there's different bands, different people doing different things, which was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like we had a few girl bands in there, stuff like that. Girls that were handling it and doing this and that. You know, punk rock girls. R.I.P. to Sheila Hole too. I mean, she was part of the punk rock. She had a husband, Joe Hole. He was a cool dude. He played drums for my boy Germball's band, Better Luck Next Time. If anybody from Pueblo knows that, they know that band also. And it just feels good that I was part of like growing up in a scene where it was like it was like fuck, how could you say it? How could I say it? Like if you listen to the podcast that I did with the Dead End, that was my boy Carlos and Pickle. Carlos actually said to me that we're some of the ones that got him into what he is doing today. Like seeing just seeing Chicanos, you know what I mean, be about that music and stuff like that. So I mean, I thought it was an honor for him to say that. You know what I mean? Because it was like, it's like Eric Clapton meeting Bob Marley. You know what I mean? Like, I actually got to meet him. You know what I mean? And this is Eric Clapton saying he met Bob Marley. You know, so I mean, it felt good in a way that I was a part of a growing something. You know, because I see a lot of kids nowadays that are, you know, still doing it and doing this and that. So that's what makes it a lot better, because it, you know, it just means a lot. You know what I mean? I'm glad there's kids that are still doing it. But I mean, like I say, growing up and, you know, went away for a while again. There we go on the went away for a while. And when I grew up, you know, like I didn't know anything about collecting vinyl. I knew I got all these songs on MP3, or I got them off the internet, or I did this, or I did that. I did. But I didn't know about collecting vinyl records. Shout out to Chain Reaction Records. Shout out to Twisted Shout Records. Shout out to Wax Tracks Records. Shout out to my boy Mike from fucking Black and Reed Records too. So if you're ever in the Denver area, check out any of them records. I'll put all their links in my bio so you can go check them out. Because Chain Reaction got some fire set of like, you know, hardcore metal records and stuff like that. But I want to also tell you that Black and Red has a killer selection of hip-hop and all that old soundtracks, jazz, everything like that. So and those are a lot of kids that I met when I came up here that kind of like I don't want to say accepted me, but were like, okay, yeah, okay, you know, because when you spend a little time there, you're killing a little more time and you're doing this and that. So, I mean, it's cool to be kind of part of that up here in Denver. But, I mean, you know, it's just like anything else, though, you know. There's people that you're going to like, and there's people that you're going to think are pieces of shit, you know what I mean? Or just assholes. I'm thou more than you. You know, they didn't cut that shit out, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody better than nobody else. And you know, it's you know, it's where it's not where you're from, it's where you're at, basically. Oh, well, I did this, I did that, you know what I mean? Well, I did this and I did that, and that didn't make me any better than you right now. So I mean, I guess the fact that I'm making is, you know, I just wanted to let you guys know about my little hardcore upbringing, stuff like that, the stuff how I learned that. I mean, I got a lot more to go, you know what I mean? I could go with soul, I could go with hip hop, I could go with anything really, and they're all good videos, you know what I mean? And it's all a good story, and I have a very good background with it, you know what I mean? I gotta send a shout out to everybody out there though that's been rocking with me. I hope you like that last spoken word. This one might not be as good as the other one, but it's a story, and it's my story, and you know what I mean? It's his story. Get it? I guess. But I want to send shouts out to everybody that I had said shouts out to. Everybody. My boy Michaels, my boy Germball, my boy Monkey, my boy Aaron, Joker, his wife Anita, everybody that was there around that time, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Dead End, my boy Pickle. Shout out to my boy fucking Carlos, his brother Kowalty, their sister Cha-Cha, their uncle Greg, their dad Cochise. I mean, these have all been music people that have been around since my dad knew them growing up. So my dad was growing up on their music too. Just like we're all growing up on each other's music. I mean, the shit's unreal, but it's awesome and it's dope, and the scene is killer, and it's still going pretty good. Shout out to Rich Alvarado also from Innocent Sinners Records. He runs a big distro company too, and if you want to get that little number, I'll definitely put his link in there in the bio also. Good dude. I have a podcast with him too, I think. I do actually, and that was just turned 2 years ago. But heck yeah, guys. I just wanted to get on here for a little bit, talk my little stuff, send my little shouts out. Hey, shouts out to my mom. She just had back surgery. I hope you feel better, Mom. Hope everything's feeling a little better. If you're in the mood for any of that bomb ass honey, like I said, just hit me. I'll be more than happy to send you a bottle. You know what I mean? I take PayPal, Zelle, anything you got. But if you want to donate, because I might be going to Patreon, so I can start playing my own music. I could do things, and I could do a little more. I know it's good, like a $2.99 a month type of thing. If you'd like to pay for something like that, leave it in the comments below. Because I'm not trying to burn nobody, but you know what I mean? I kind of need to start making a little more bread off of stuff that I do. Not that anything matters, but just to keep me going, keep me confident, and keep me rolling with you guys. Because this is like one of my best things I love doing, and spending time with you guys every day, or not every day, but every few days, is pretty awesome. So this was the punk rock spoken word. Hopefully in a couple days I'll have a new spoken word, and we're gonna talk R&B. We're gonna talk Shaka Khan, Rufus. We're gonna talk Earth, Wind and Fire, Santana, Malo, Al Chicano, everything. So stick around, man. But like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you be notified every time I drop something new. Hey man, I'm gonna get to making me a little bit of dinner tonight, but it's been a blast hanging out with you guys today. Shout out to everybody that I shouted out. It's been a blast. I hope I see you guys soon. Until next time, you guys know what to do, baby. Be safe out there.